Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another magic maker project for hobby hoppers. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Steph Williams. I'm a paper crafter and card maker from Queensland, Australia. Today I'm going to be showing you how I made this adorable Valentine's Day card. First up, I'm going to show you what I needed. So here I have the Would You Be Mine stamp set, the heart garland backdrop. I'm using one of my plain stitch rectangles, the giant XOXO, and the All the Dots paper pad. But I'll be using the stripes. I'm going to be using my card base fairly early on in this project. Normally I can leave it to the very last minute where I remove some double-sided tape and adhere everything to the card base. But today it's actually going to be part of my background, so I'm going to get started on it now. And today I'm making a top folding card. I'm not sure of the exact measurements, but it fits perfectly behind the largest of the stitch rectangles. Once that's done, I'm then going to use that rectangle to cut my pattern paper. And then from that, I'm going to place my giant XOXO on it 3 times to cut out some pieces of this background. And as you can see, it's going to go straight onto my card base. So I'm going to glue it down now. While I think you could get away with just having the XOXOs there, I did save all the inserts for the O's to stick back in. I just feel like it made the whole thing look a bit more tidy and easier to read. Once that was done, I then grabbed my sparkle glaze and I intended on filling all of these letters. I don't know if it's just my particular tube of sparkle glaze or if it is just the way it is, but I feel like it's really good for very small details and it kind of just wants to stay in like big blobs and doesn't want to be smoothed around very much. And for some reason I found that tricky to work out like what to do with it at first, but then I thought, why not just grab a paintbrush and spread it around? So I did, and it spread a very thin layer of that sparkle glaze all through my letters. There's not a lot of dimension to it. I wasn't really after that. I was just after the sparkle, and it worked really well. And if you're wondering why you're not seeing that now, and you're instead seeing me do some stamping, it's because I stopped recording because I thought at that point I had well and truly destroyed the card. But you'll get to see how it turned out in the end. My colouring today is super simple. I only have 2 stamped images. I didn't want to go overboard. I didn't want to fill this card up too much because the background is pretty much the main focus of all of this. Plus I wanted to keep my colour scheme very, very simple. While I'm here doing this colouring, I thought now is the perfect time to remind you that this card is a Magic Maker project for hobby hoppers. So if you're new here and you don't know what that means, I am on the creative team for the small Aussie business Hobby Hoppers. It is a Melbourne-based business run solely by the owner Trish, who is not just a huge fan of lawn fawn but a whole heap of other crafty brands and supplies. So I'm going to make sure the link to her shop is in the description below so that you can check everything out. I'm also going to make sure all the links to the products that I'm using from Hobby Hoppers today are included in the description so that you can find them for yourself to make this card. To finish off this image, I'm just going to stamp a very tiny Happy Valentine's Day on the little heart that these beavers are holding. I'm keeping the sentiment super simple today. I'm simply cutting out this tiny little stitch banner from that heart garland set, and I'm going to be stamping the Would You Be Mine from the Would You Be Mine set. I feel like this is more than enough with a card that's already got a few things going on. And now on to my favourite part of any card, assembling the scene. So what I've done here is I've cut out 2 of those black heart banners out of some black cardstock. And I'm just angling them in a way where I can have them crossed over at the top. I've also cut some little hearts out of some hot pink cardstock that kind of matches the darker of the stripes. I'm going to trim off the excess just to tidy things up. I wanted to make some of the elements on this card front pop, so here I am adding some double-sided foam squares to the banner. I also do this on the back of the little beavers as well, but not on the log. I stick that flat down onto the card front. I add a little bit of PVA glue to all of the hearts on the banner, and then I stick on those hot pink hearts over the top. I had a bunch of those little hearts left over as I had trimmed down some of the banners, so then I thought it'd be really cute to add a few all over the card just to fill in some space. And because I just can't help but add sparkle, I've got a Wink of Stella pen here. This is a clear one and I'm going over all of those hearts. I then go over them with my white Jelly Roll pen. Today I'm using a size 1, the nice chunky one, just to add some highlights around the card. And here we have it, our first Magic Maker project for 2023 is complete. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.